Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're stepping into the vibrant arena of Australian pageantry,
hmm
specifically focusing on a newer system that seems to be generating quite a bit of buzz. Ultimate Pageants Australia.
Yeah, and we're looking at this mainly through, well, two key sources, right? The Behind the Ground podcast, which
Yeah.
featured the founder, Asha,
Right.
and also an interview she did with World Class Beauty Queens magazine. Pretty insightful stuff.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
our aim here, for this deep dive is to really unpack what makes Ultimate Pageants tick. What sets it apart in the Australian pageant world?
hmm
Think of it as your fast track to understanding a pretty interesting development happening down under.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start from the top.
Yeah.
How did Ultimate Pageants even begin?
Well, Ultimate Pageants Australia kicked off in 2024. It's the brainchild of Asha Ryan, who's based over in Western Australia.
Right.
And what's really interesting is Asha's own background. She wasn't new to this scene at all. She competed quite a bit herself, starting around 2019.
Oh, okay. And what kind of pageants?
Mostly in what they often call glitz pageants. You know, the ones with maybe more elaborate outfits, big stage presence.
Right, right. I know the type.
And she actually held 3 national Miss titles herself, so yeah, she's got the experience.
Wow. Okay. So she's really lived it. And I saw she's also a pageant coach.
Yeah,
And something about heart health advocacy.
that's right. She wears a few hats, and it feels like all those experiences sort of fed into why she started this particular system.
So what was the main driver then? What gap did she see, or what did she want to create?
The magazine interview gives us a good sense of this. Basically, Asha wanted to build a space that really put community first.
Community, okay.
Yeah, community, creativity, and crucially, personal growth for the contestants. She felt maybe something was missing, something beyond just, the crowns and sashes.
Right, moving beyond just the competition outcome itself. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So what was the bigger picture, the ultimate goal? Pun intended, I guess.
Yeah. Well, her vision, as she put it, was literally to build the ultimate pageant system.
Hmm.
One that genuinely supports, lifts up, and inspires everyone involved, all ages, all backgrounds.
And the core values, what underpins that vision?
Really encouraging individuality stands out. Celebrating Australia's cultural diversity, too.
Yeah.
And just creating a genuinely welcoming vibe for absolutely everyone.
That definitely sounds like it could be a different approach. So if someone's thinking about entering, what kind of experience are they signing up for? Is it just about stage night?
No, definitely not. Both sources really hammer home that it's meant to be like a whole transformative journey.
Transformative how?
Think confidence building, finding creative outlets, and really fostering that sense of connection, of community among the girls and women involved.
Okay.
They describe it as a hybrid style competition, which is interesting.
Hybrid. What does that mean in this context?
It seems to blend, some traditional pageant elements, the glamour, the stage presence with a more modern feel, something tailored specifically for the current Australian pageant scene.
Okay, intriguing. So practically speaking, what happens? What can a contestant expect during the process?
Well, there are rehearsals, obviously, but also workshops focused on different skills or personal development,
Mhm.
and lots of opportunities for just, social bonding, getting to know each other, and then, of course, the on-stage presentations.
And when they're on stage, what are the judges actually looking for? What are the key categories?
It's quite varied. They look at portfolios, which probably gives insight into their background, goals, that sort of thing.
Right.
There are interviews testing communication skills. Then the stage stuff, fun fashion, showing personal style.
Fun fashion. I like that.
Yeah. Then theme wear, which sounds like a chance for creativity, and the traditional formal wear for poise and elegance.
So a pretty broad assessment. It's not just one thing.
Exactly. Each part is designed to let their personality, their passions, and their poise shine through.
And I picked up on something really interesting. You mentioned it briefly. Every single contestant gets a crown and sash.
Yes, that's a major point they highlight. It really shifts the focus from just winning to celebrating everyone's participation and effort.
That is different. Take some pressure off, maybe.
Potentially, yeah. It underlines that focus on the experience itself. And they had their first national final in Perth back in January 2025.
Already. Wow. So girls and women from all over Australia came together.
Yep, brought them all to WA for the first big event.
Okay, so it's truly national from the get-go. Now, let's talk about impact beyond the stage. You mentioned values.
Yeah.
What about community involvement?
Absolutely. That seems really central. There's a strong emphasis on personal development, yes, but also on making a difference in the community.
How do they encourage that?
A key part is the community portfolio segment. It basically pushes contestants to advocate for causes they genuinely care about.
So using the platform for good, essentially, that's powerful.
It suggests the experience should extend beyond just pageant weekend.
Does the pageant itself support specific charities? Or is it all up to the contestants?
Well, contestants definitely champion their own causes, but the organization itself has official ties with the Heart Foundation, Australia, and Perth Children's Hospital.
Okay, so there's an organizational commitment too.
Yeah, it shows they're serious about using the pageant structure to, raise awareness and maybe funds for important community work.
And culturally, how does Ultimate Pageants see itself fitting into modern Australia? What's it trying to represent?
From what Asha says, the goal is to be a really modern, inclusive celebration. Beauty in a broad sense, including diversity, ambition, and promoting values like kindness, respect, community engagement, trying to shape pageantry here towards something maybe more authentic, more focused on real-world impact.
Let's get into the nitty-gritty a bit, the competition structure itself. How long is this national final?
It runs over 3 days, apparently a pretty packed schedule.
3 days, okay. And the preparation for contestants, does it start just before that?
No, actually, the prep kicks off months earlier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it involves digital submissions, coaching support. It seems like quite a lead-up. Allows for deeper engagement, I suppose.
Makes sense. And who makes the decisions? Who's on the judging panel?
It's a mix, drawn from the Aussie pageant community. You've got former title holders, directors from other systems,
Okay.
coaches, photographers too, people with different perspectives on pageantry. The idea is a well-rounded panel for fair evaluation.
And the vibe during those 3 days, is it super intense, high stress, or?
Asha really emphasizes creating a high-energy but supportive atmosphere. Enriching is the word she uses.
Supportive, okay.
So yes, competition, but also fun rehearsals, social events to build that sisterhood, workshops for growth. The aim is for everyone to leave with positive memories, not just the winners.
And that community involvement piece, does that stop once the pageant is over?
Doesn't sound like it. It's encouraged through that portfolio beforehand, and then the winners, the reigning queens, often carry on that work throughout their year.
So the title comes with an expectation of continued engagement.
It seems so. Reinforces that idea of impact beyond the stage itself.
Okay, let's talk about those winners, the 2025 Royal Court. The age range is kind of amazing.
It really is. It starts with Ultimate Tiny Miss Australia, age 2.
2 years old.
Yeah. And it goes right up through Little Miss, Junior Miss, Pre-Teen, Teen Miss, Misses, all the way to Ultimate Miss Australia, who was 32.
That's incredibly broad, truly covering all stages.
Definitely underscores that inclusivity message they talk about.
And what are these winners actually doing with their titles? Are they active?
From the sounds of it, yes. Representing with, joy and confidence, getting involved in local communities, school events, acting as role models, supporting local causes, promoting that empowerment and sisterhood idea within their groups. It sounds like a pretty active court.
Sounds very positive. So looking forward then, what's on the horizon for Ultimate Pageants? What are Asha's plans?
Well, for 2025 and beyond, the main plan is to keep the national finals going annually in WA.
Okay, sticking to Perth for now.
Seems like it. But they're also exploring online competitions, maybe some smaller non-contracted events to reach more people.
Right, expanding access.
And interestingly, she mentioned wanting to collaborate more with other Australian pageant systems.
Oh, that is interesting. Building bridges rather than just competing?
Exactly. Could be really positive for the whole scene down under if that happens. Seems to fit with their community focus.
Yeah, it does align. So finally, what's the lasting mark Asha Ryan hopes to make? What does she want the legacy of Ultimate Pageants to be?
She talks a lot about empowerment, kindness, and driving meaningful change. She wants it remembered as a system that genuinely lifts people up, builds their confidence, celebrates who they really are.
So redefining the role of a title holder.
Yeah, basically. Redefining it in an Australian context, putting the focus on personal growth and giving back to the community.
Okay, so wrapping this up, it really feels like Ultimate Pageants Australia is carving out a unique space. It's not just another pageant.
Definitely seems that way. The focus on personal development, the community aspect, the inclusivity, it offers a different flavor compared to maybe more traditional systems.
Yeah, and I think the big takeaway, for me anyway, is that real emphasis on what everyone gets out of it. Not just the person who wins the top title. That idea that everyone walks away with a crown, a sash, but maybe more importantly, with growth and memories.
Exactly. It's less about the zero-sum game and more about the collective
It
experience.
really makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How does this kind of model reflect maybe broader changes in, ideas about female empowerment or what these platforms can be used for?
That's a great question.
And what can the long-term impact be on the young women involved, on the communities they touch, as this system maybe grows and evolves in Australia? Lots to chew on there.
Definitely food for thought.
Well, this has been fascinating. Thanks for diving into this with me.
In a world of lights and dreams we stand, queens and hearts, hand in hand. With every step we rise and shine. Together we are the fire divine. Through the trials, through the storms, we find strength, we are reborn. With every crown, with every cheer, our voices echo far and near. This is my tribe where courage lives, a sisterhood that always gives. With heads held high, we claim the skies. In unity, our spirits rise. This is my tribe, my strength, my grace. Together we light up this place. In every heart, the world can see my tribe, my family. We wear our crowns, but it's the heart that leads. In kindness and every noble deed, we stand for dreams, we stand for love, guided by the stars above. Through the trials, through the storms, we find strength, we are reborn. With every crown, with every cheer, our voices echo far and near. This is my tribe where courage lives, a sisterhood that always gives. With heads held high, we claim the skies. In unity, our spirits rise. This is my tribe, my strength, my grace. Together we light up this place. In every heart, the world can see my tribe, my family. We shine in every color, every shade. In the beauty we fight together made. With hearts of gold and dreams of fire, we lift each other, reaching higher. This is my tribe where courage lives, a sisterhood that always gives. With heads held high, we claim the skies. In unity, our spirits rise. This is my tribe, my strength, my grace. Together we light up this place. In every heart, the world can see my tribe, my family. My tribe, my strength, my grace. Together we light up this place. In every heart, the world can see my tribe, my family.